Hey, what's up, Philip? Quick demo video for you for your Starfall Sabers custom saber here. This thing is pretty badass. I just got done with it today. I've been working on it off and on for the last few days, and I just had my 24mm speakers come in today, so I finished this guy up. It is installed with the Proffie V2, like we talked about, 24mm speaker that I'll show you. I did remember your request for activation on the bottom and then auxiliary up here on top. And then you've got CCSabers LED pixels in here for your main PCB. How you get to everything is you want to take this guy off right here. So it's just one set screw. We'll loosen that up. This slides right off just like that, and you'll see your speaker here. And what you need to do is come over here with your hand and go like that one time, and your chassis will fall out that far. It's a little snug, but you can pull it right out. It's meant to be snug. It's a removable chassis, obviously. It does say Starfall Sabers over here for Nick. Super bright. Starfall Sabers over here for Nick. Solo Sabers over here for me. Here's your Proffie board up top here. It is just a snap fit down into the shelf. You do have easy access to your micro USB, but to get to your SD card, just pop the board up like this, do what you need to do, and then snap it back down in place. If that ever gets loose on you in the future, there is a little indentation right here in the chassis for a piece of art tape. I don't think that you'll ever need it. I just like to put those in there just in case. And then Smugglers Outpost switch pixel PCB set. So this is the female piece. And then what you don't see, and you may not be able to see it in here very good, you might just barely be able to see it. There's a 14-pin PCB in there, and that never comes out. There's a piece of chassis up in there that goes from about right here to right here, and that on one side over here by the handle it holds that 14-pin PCB, and then on the other side it holds your main PCB, and then of course your switches are wired to it. And there's actually a set screw underneath this switch plate that holds that piece in place, so you don't ever want to move that. I have it clocked correctly where it needs to go. And that's the internals, right? So let's throw a battery in. Spring side your negative over here by your board. So you just take your battery and throw it in. I did put on Exegol on here to just to showcase the Saber. It's a free font. I'll leave it on there. It does have the stock font package as well. So everything's on there for you. And then a copy of the config file is on the SD card. But once you get your... gave you motion controls, obviously. Once you get that battery in there, you can put this in anyway. It doesn't matter. Twist it in anyway. Just go ahead and shove it in there. It'll go about that far, and then it'll stop. The rest of the way gets pushed in by the pommel. So we'll put the pommel on here. You can clock it any way you like. It all works the same. You just want to make sure when you're putting this pommel on that is pushed down all the way, because it's what's engaging those pins. So we'll lock that down.
What could you
hit activation?
Everything.
Auxiliary up here. Then you got twist off, or you could just swing on. If you didn't want to twist off, you could turn it on like this.
You give me everything.
And just tap the power to turn it off, just like that. Now we're going to throw a blade in here. It does take a 1-inch nail pixel blade. The Allen key to remove and set your pommel is the same size as your blade retention, so it's nice and convenient for you. We'll lock this blade down. Everything's super tight. Nothing loose, right? This thing is solid. So we're just tapping for blaster deflex. You've got battle mode, so if you hit the blade or the saber, you initiate blade lockup. You kind of see that right here. Right here, right? And it will stay like that until you pull away from it. And then to get to your soundtrack on each of your fonts, just hold down your power for a second and let go. And then do the same thing to turn it off. Hold down for a second and let go. And then we'll just hit auxiliary to cycle through a few of these stock fonts.
Scene C. Smooth Jedi. Smooth Gray. Smooth Fuzz.
It's a nice solid red blade. Nice green blade. And we'll do one more.
Scene C.
Just like that, and I would take the blade out. So yeah, this thing's working exactly like it should. Appreciate your patience with me and getting this done. And we'll go over taking the battery out, the battery and the chassis. So we'll come back over here. We want to loosen the set screw for the pommel again. Just like a half turn or so. And it comes right off, just like that. Now with that battery in the chassis, it'll come out a little bit easier than it does without a battery. So just make sure to have your hand cupped. And it'll come out that far. You can go ahead and pull it out. The motion controls might go off on you. That's just part of it, right? So we'll pull this chassis out just like that. Come over here from the positive side next to the speaker. And just pull it out there right with your finger. And it's as easy as that. That, sir, is your Saber. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, we'll try to get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks.